is the greatest emperor in history? Some might say Caesar, others might argue for Alexander the Great. But have you ever heard of Cyrus the Great? Cyrus was born in the 6th century BC in the ancient land of Iran. Prophecies swirled about his birth, foretelling a future of unparalleled greatness. Growing up, Cyrus was nurtured under the watchful eyes of wise mentors, molding him into a leader of formidable strength and wisdom. As he matured, his potential became undeniable. His unique blend of charisma, strategic brilliance, and compassionate heart was a beacon of hope for his people. Cyrus's ascension to the throne was met with anticipation and excitement. His people believed in the prophecy. They believed in him. Cyrus did not disappoint. His reign marked the beginning of a golden era, an epic that would change the course of history forever. And so, a young king named Cyrus ascended to the throne, carrying the weight of a prophecy and the hopes of a nation. Cyrus was not just a king, but a conqueror. He was the founder of the Achaemenid Empire, an empire that would stretch from the Mediterranean Sea to the Indus River. Cyrus's military campaigns were a testament to his strategic genius and military prowess. He was a leader who knew how to leverage the strengths of his troops, and his strategies often led to stunning victories. He was not one to simply conquer lands. He also knew how to consolidate his rule and ensure the loyalty of his subjects. His first major conquest took place when he overthrew the Median Empire. This victory marked the beginning of Cyrus's expansionist ambitions. But he didn't stop there. His eyes were set on the grandeur of the Lydian Empire in modern-day Turkey, and under his rule, the Persians launched a successful campaign that led to the fall of the Lydian king. The conquest did not end there. Cyrus set his sights on the mighty Babylonian Empire. The Babylonians were known for their advanced civilization and formidable defenses. Yet Cyrus managed to overcome these challenges and successfully took control of Babylon. With each conquest, Cyrus's empire grew exponentially. He was not just expanding his territory, but also bringing diverse cultures, traditions, and people under his rule. Despite the vastness and diversity of his empire, Cyrus managed to maintain a sense of unity and order. His strategic genius was not limited to the battlefield. It extended to his governance as well. Cyrus's rule marked a period of prosperity and peace for his subjects. He respected the customs and traditions of the different people under his rule, and he implemented policies that promoted fairness and equality. His empire was a melting pot of different cultures, yet it was united under his fair and just rule. Under Cyrus's rule, the Achaemenid Empire grew to become one of the largest empires in history. His visionary leadership and strategic genius laid the foundation for an empire that would influence civilizations for centuries to come. His story is a testament to the power of visionary leadership and strategic genius. His legacy continues to inspire leaders to this day. But Cyrus was not just a conqueror. He was a visionary, a leader who believed in the power of tolerance and respect. This unique perspective was the cornerstone of Cyrus's rule, setting him apart from the autocratic rulers of his time. Cyrus, unlike his contemporaries, embraced the cultures and religions of the lands he conquered. He didn't seek to erase their identities, but rather he valued their diversity. He encouraged his subjects to continue practicing their customs, observing their rituals, and preserving their cultural identities. This was a stark contrast to the norm of the time, where conquered people were often forced to assimilate or face persecution. This approach to governance wasn't just about maintaining peace within the empire. It was a reflection of Cyrus's deep respect for human dignity and diversity. He recognized that the strength of his empire came not from uniformity, but from the rich tapestry of cultures, religions, and traditions that made up his realm. It was this respect for diversity that earned Cyrus the unwavering loyalty and admiration of his subjects. They weren't just subjects under his rule, they were partners in his empire, each contributing their unique strengths and perspectives. His inclusive policies fostered a sense of unity and belonging, making the Achaemenid Empire one of the most successful and enduring empires in history. But Cyrus's commitment to tolerance and diversity wasn't limited to his own empire. He extended this respect to all people, even those outside his rule. When he conquered Babylon, he didn't enslave the people or demolish their city. Instead, he freed the Jewish people who had been exiled there, allowing them to return to their homeland and rebuild their temple in Jerusalem. This act of compassion and respect for religious freedom resonated across centuries, earning Cyrus a place of honor in the Jewish scriptures. Cyrus's respect for diversity and his commitment to tolerance were revolutionary for his time. His visionary leadership not only built a vast and prosperous empire, but also set a precedent for future civilizations. It's a testament to the enduring power of respect and tolerance, a lesson as relevant today as it was in the 6th century BC. Cyrus was also a just ruler. He believed in the rule of law and the importance of equality. This belief was not merely for show or for public relations. It was deeply ingrained in his governance and his way of life. Cyrus laid the foundation for a legal system that was revolutionary for its time, a system that would later influence many civilizations to come. This legal system was embodied in a remarkable artifact known as the Cyrus cylinder. This clay cylinder, inscribed in Akkadian cuneiform script, served as a declaration of Cyrus's commitment to justice, equality, and human rights. It was a physical representation of his belief that all people, regardless of their culture or religion, were deserving of respect and dignity. The Cyrus cylinder was more than just a piece of clay. It was a declaration of human rights, a proclamation of freedom for the oppressed, and a promise of protection for the weak. It guaranteed the right to return to one's homeland, the right to practice one's religion freely, and the right to live in peace without fear of persecution. It was, in essence, a blueprint for a just and fair society. Cyrus's commitment to justice and equality was not limited to words inscribed on a cylinder. He implemented these principles in his rule, treating his subjects with fairness and respect, irrespective of their origins or beliefs. He believed in the power of diversity, in the strength that comes from unity in diversity. He saw the potential in every individual and allowed them to thrive under his rule, making the Achaemenid Empire a beacon of tolerance and justice in a world often marred by conflict and division. This commitment to justice and equality, this belief in the rule of law, was not just for Cyrus's time. It was a timeless principle, a guiding light that has inspired leaders and civilizations throughout history. It was a testament to the visionary leadership of Cyrus the Great, a leader who saw beyond the confines of his time and envisioned a world where all people are treated with dignity and respect. Cyrus's laws were not just for his time, but for all time. Cyrus's reign ended, but his legacy lived on. His principles of tolerance, justice, and visionary leadership continue to inspire leaders today. The impact of Cyrus the Great on history is far-reaching and profound. His reign established a precedent for rulers and leaders, showcasing the power of tolerance, justice, and visionary leadership. The Achaemenid Empire, under Cyrus, was a place where different cultures coexisted peacefully, where justice prevailed, and where visionary leadership was the norm. One of the most remarkable aspects of Cyrus's legacy was his support for the Jewish people. In a time when religious persecution was commonplace, Cyrus stood as a beacon of hope. After his conquest of Babylon, he did something that was unheard of. He allowed the exiled Jews to return to Jerusalem, their homeland. But he didn't just let them return. He also provided support for them to rebuild their temple, the Temple of Solomon. This act of compassion and support was not just about religious tolerance. It was a powerful statement about human rights, about the right of people to practice their faith freely and to live in their homeland. It was a testament to Cyrus's belief in justice and equality. Cyrus's actions towards the Jewish people have been celebrated throughout history. They are seen as a shining example of a ruler's responsibility towards his subjects, regardless of their faith or origin. This part of his legacy has been immortalized in the Hebrew Bible, and it continues to be a source of inspiration. But the legacy of Cyrus the Great goes beyond his support for the Jewish people. His principles of governance, his respect for different cultures, and his commitment to justice and equality have had a lasting impact on history. They have shaped the way we think about leadership and governance. Cyrus the Great was more than just a king or an emperor. He was a visionary, a leader whose ideas were far ahead of his time. And perhaps he is indeed the greatest emperor in history.